Yo, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be predicting the RLCS 2022-23 NA Spring Cup that's happening in about 2 days from when this video is releasing, so on Friday. And yeah, these are the 16 teams, 8 that just got invited from point ranking, or not invited, but 8 from point rankings, and 8 that had to come in through the closed quals. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So first off, we have Complexity Gaming versus Team Axel, and I think Complexity is one of the top teams in the NA, I'd say right now. Well, obviously a lot of people are probably saying that because they just won the last regional, but I also think that they're pretty consistent lately compared to before. So I think they take this easily, 3-0. Best of 5 for now for upper round, upper quarterfinals, up round 1, and then up to lower round 3, and then it's best of 7s after that. But yep. So Complexity take that easily, I'd say, 3-0. Shopify versus V1. So V1 did not good as how everyone expected them to do, at least last regional. And I think they can bounce back, but they probably won't bounce back like super hard and just like destroy everyone. But I think they beat Shopify here, probably 3-1. Next up, we have G2 versus Koi. Koi can be scary sometimes, and sometimes they pop off, but G2 is just solid usually. I'll give Koi a game, I guess. And then we've got Optic versus M80. Now, Optic had a really good run last split, but I'm not sure if they can repeat that level of kind of gameplay. And if they do, I feel like they still won't make it as far or farther if they play the same. I think they'd still not do. I think they'd place a little bit lower than that. So, but they win this versus M80, I think, 3-1. And then we have FaZe versus 0-1. FaZe also did really bad last regional, which was really surprising because they usually just beat the teams that they're supposed to and then get top 4 or something like that. But I think they'll actually bounce back like harder than V1 will bounce back probably. So this will be a 3-0. Then we got Dig versus Furia. Now Furia is interesting because they always just, I feel like they get unlucky sometimes in like who they play, but they've got to beat the teams in front of them at the end of the day. So, but right now versus Dig, I think they take them down easily. Genji versus Heybro. Genji are going to take this 3-0 as well. They got second place last regional, even though they didn't win. They played great. Then we've got SSG versus NRG. I have no faith in NRG anymore. I'm sorry, NRG fans. You might still believe in them, and that's fine. But I also don't think. I'll give NRG a game, but I also don't think that SSG is gonna have the same performance, the same placement, just like Optic. Just like the same, I think, for Optic. I think they're gonna do a little worse, or maybe a lot worse. It depends. But yeah, let's move on to the lower round 1. So we've got Team Axel versus Shopify. I would say I think I'd give this to Shopify 3-2. I think that's gonna be a close one. Koi versus M80. I think this is a coin flip. I feel like Koi might be the favorites, but I'll give it to M80 overall, 3-2. Dig versus 0-1. I think Dig take this 3-1. They shouldn't have too much of a problem. NRG versus Heybro. I think NRG, while I still don't have faith, I don't think they're gonna they're just gonna bomb out horribly. I'll give them that. They can move on to lower round 2. And then let's go back up to the uppers. And we've got Complexity versus V1. This would be a really, really good game. But honestly, one of the matches of the tournament, if V1 perform how everyone expects them to, or near that at least. So but I still have to give it to Complexity. They're really consistent. And it's a best of 5, so I'm not even gonna make it 3-2. I'll just make it 3-1. Because I said like V1, they have bounce back potential, but not like insane amount, I don't think, at least. G2 versus Optic. G2 are gonna take this. 3-1. FaZe versus Furia. This is also a really good match, but Furia just can't beat the top teams usually. I don't think they'll be able to do this time either if FaZe are looking back up to form. I'll make it 3-1. Gen G versus SSG. Giving me Gen G here for sure. 3-1. Actually, I think I'll just say 3-0. Make it a little more interesting. Just maybe Gen G are just going on a tear or something. But yeah, let's go down to lowers again. We've got SSG versus Shopify. I do think SSG will take this. They'll take it 3-1, I'd say. And then Furia M80. Furia beats the teams below them usually. 3-1, I'd say. They might drop a game. Optic versus Dig. Optic got this, 3-1. 3-1s across the board so far, except here. This is where it's not 3-1. This is where it's a 3-0. And then Energy is out. And then let's do lower round 3. I think Furia have the potential to beat SSG, even though SSG played, or they placed a lot better than Furia last event. But I'll make it a close 3-2. I'm having Furia going farther this time. And then Optic versus V1. Daniel versus Reddles. V1 are going to be performing pretty decently, I think. I'll make it 3-1. And then we go up to the semifinals, and now it's finally a best of 7. This is where the best of 7s start. So we've got Complexity versus G2, another really good match. 4-2, I'd say. I'd say 4-2, yeah. And then maybe even 4-1. I don't think it's going to be a game 7. Gen G versus FaZe. Oh man, this is a really, really good matchup that we've seen many times. And this time, I think FaZe is gonna be up to their like higher end of their level, and they're actually gonna bounce back really hard. I'll make this a 4-3 just because to make it more interesting, I guess. And then let's go to the lower quarterfinals, also best of 7. G2 versus Furia. Oh, I know I said that Furia doesn't beat the teams that are usually at the top, but I think that this might be it. This might be Furia finally getting the result they want. I'll make it 4-3, really close. Or this is gonna be like really hard though, because Furia might just like not even make it this far in the first place, but I believe in them. And then Gen G versus V1. This is where V1's bounce back is not enough for them, and they're just gonna be out this time. But I'm thinking that this bounce back is gonna be like medium, and then next tourney they'll be up to a really high level. That's what I'm predicting at least. So I'll make this a 4-2. Whoops, 4-2. All right, upper finals. Complexity versus FaZe. I think that if FaZe are playing to that level that I was talking about earlier, they will be able to probably win this 4-2. I'd say 4-3. Make it a game 7, why not? And then we've got Furia versus Gen G. So I think this is going to be where Furia gets eliminated. It makes the most sense to me. I'll make it a 4-2. They're not going to be able to beat Gen G. I feel like Gen G is going to be too good for them. And then we've got the lower finals. Complexity versus Gen G. This was the finals of the last event for NA. And I'm honestly going to give it to Complexity again. I think they might have Gen G's number, but I'm not sure. I think it's coin flip. And then we've got the grand finals, the winner. Now, I think that the team coming from the upper bracket has, or I don't think this, but it's just objective. They have a huge advantage, obviously, because they have to lose twice to lose and only win one series because it's bracket reset. So I think that Complexity can take the first series, even though I don't think in EU and NA, the first regionals of this split, it was always decided in the first series and there wasn't really a bracket reset, but I think this is going to be the first bracket reset. But then in the end, FaZe are going to win 4-2. This is going to be FaZe's comeback. I think they're going to do amazing. I feel like this happened before in a different split where they did really bad the first regional and then just like won the next one or something, but I'm not sure. That's what I remember at least. But yeah, that's my bracket. That's my predictions for this Spring Cup. And let me know down below in the comments who you guys think will win this one. And yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.